Here we go again. Round number 2 of the scamdemic. All right. Just when you thought it was over. Uh, First and foremost, before I begin this exhortation, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to the true, holy, and powerful names of the Heavenly Father and His beloved Son, the Most High powers of Israel, whom the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. Real name in the Paleo Hebrew is Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well with the correct doctrines. Shalakia. And exhortations of the heavenly scriptures. Peace and salutations to your hopeful elect Akim that's out there teaching His word, our true faith and sincerity. And as well, you few sincere Aquaf, our sisters that come across these videos. Shalom. All right, man. Real quick, I just want to do an exhortation as it pertains to this article from the New York Post. As you see, it says the WHO calls urgent meeting after the MB, let's call it the MBV, the MBV, let's call it that, all right, because, the YouTube algorithm trying to avoid any sort of, strikes, okay? But it's this new MBV that just came out, as you see. It says outbreak kills 9 in Africa, all right? And, we not, Salakia, didn't start yawning until I did the lesson. But, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man, pursuant to, 2 Corinthians 2:11, okay? We already know that they had pre-planned this already, man. Same way they did with the CV-19 back in 2019 with the whole, they had an exercise or a simulation of what would take place in 2019 called Event 201. And then lo and behold, you had 2020, you had the whole outbreak, the mask mandates and 6 feet rules and staying home and all that, shelter in place, all this extra shit, all right, the following year. And it just so happened last year, 2022, you had another simulation, another exercise, okay, in which they predicted the next one. All right, and they only predict these things because they know. All right, they plan it, you see. So now they're talking about this. And that one was called, the one in 22 was called catastrophic contagion. See? Catastrophic, meaning that this is going to be catastrophic, over the top, extra, extra deaths, and just, I think it's going to be more, it's going to be more obviously, death that's going on, man. All right. But anyway, so they got this article here, and we're just gonna read into it. All right, I ain't really got no scriptures prepared or nothing like that. I just seen the article, and spirit hit me to want to go into it. So let's just go into it. It says the World Health Organization convened on an urgent meeting on Tuesday in response to an outbreak of a deadly MBV in Africa. All right, and always a lot of stuff be coming out of Africa. All right, because they do a lot of testing over there. All right, that's one of the top test zones that they use when they testing out their different patented diseases, man. Okay, because best believe these outbreaks ain't coincidental. All right, these different diseases. Anyway, they are manufactured in labs, man. But anyway, it says at least 9 people have been confirmed to have died from the first ever outbreak in Equatorial Guinea, prompting the WHO officials to meet to discuss progress on the juice. All right, the V's coming back. They already got that prepared again. All right, it says in treatment candidates. All right, it says the MBV is the most deadliest disease known to man. It's one of the most deadliest disease known to man. Okay, so here they go. It's already, you can already see the fear mongering taking place, man. All right, because that's what they need in order to convince the people, get them scared enough, and they'll bend at your will. Anyway, it says it has a hemorrhagic fever with a fatality ratio as high as 88%, far deadlier than its better known cousin, the Ebola V, according to the WHO. All right, let's look at this word. What is this word? Hemorrhagic.
Hemorrhagic.
Says accompanied by a produce or hemorrhage. That's not really giving me enough in there. Let's see right here. It says listen to the pronunciation. It says in medicine, loss of blood from damaged blood vessels. The hemorrhage may be internal or external and usually involves a lot of bleeding in a short time. Ooh. Damn, what movie was that where I seen it was like a zombie movie and they were just blood all over the place. You know, people just bleeding from the eyes and the nose and you know. So that's what this was. That's what they got this one set to do, man. All right, it's gonna be more obvious. You're gonna see people convulsing on the floor with just blood coming out their fucking face, man. You know, whatever hole that it can come out of. You know, imagine how bugged out people gonna be when they see that. You know, then you know when you're dealing with blood, you gotta all the sanitation stuff that come with that. So you're gonna see a lot of, you know, they hazmat suits and spraying down shit. They're gonna bring that back again, man, full force. Okay, so yeah, they got this one. They patent that one to be even more deadlier, man. So yeah, and the first one had something to do with blood too, clots and stuff, man. You know, people suddenly just dropping dead, man. You know, you having clots in the brain and in the heart and stuff. Anyway, it says like Ebola, the disease is transmitted by people from fruit bats and spreads to humans through direct contact with bodily fluids or infected people and surfaces such as bed sheets or clothes, the WHO says. Okay, so it says the MBV or the MB is highly infectious thanks to a rapid and decisive action by the equatorial. I don't even know how to say that word, that G word. It says authorities in confirming the disease, emergency response can get to full steam quickly so that they save lives and halt the V as soon as possible, said Dr. Mashizo Matai, WHO regional director for Africa. All right, so they, you know, of course they're gonna say like, yeah, we got to do it. We got to, you know, to try to stop it and halt it in its tracks, but it's still gonna spread. You know, no doubt about it. You're gonna hear about this in the West. For some reason, they're gonna say, you know, it migrated over here. You know, somebody got on a plane and, you know, and brought it over here, just like in that movie, Contagion. Anyway, it says samples from equatorial. Man, Salakia. It says were sent to the lab in Senegal to pinpoint the cause of the outbreak after the alter from the local health officials last week, the WHO says. So far, 9 people out of the suspected 16 cases have died with symptoms including fever, fatigue, diarrhea, and blood-stained vomit. So people gonna be vomiting up blood and shitting out blood and stuff, man. All right. And here goes some of the symptoms. It says painful symptoms like symptoms that take hold rapidly. The patients typically develop severe hemorrhagic symptoms within 7 days, WHO said. After days of infection, patients have been described as showing ghost-like drawn features, deep-set eyes, expressionless face, and extreme lethargy, the agency said. It says fatal cases usually involve blood and vomit and feces as well as bleeding from the nose, gums, and vagina. See? Yeah, man. It's gonna be some wild shit, man. All right. And these people come up with some sick shit, man. Anyway, it says the WHO said it is sending medical experts and protective equipment to help officials in Equatorial G to curb the outbreak. It says in neighboring Cameroon, suspected cases were detected on Monday in Alamaz and commune in the border with Equatorial and the country restricted movement in the region. Surveillance in the field has been intensified, said George Amen, whose country representative in Equatorial Guiana, if I'm saying it right, says contact tracing, as you know, is a cornerstep of the response. We have redeployed the CV-19 teams that were there to contact trace and quickly retrofitted them to really help us out. Amen said. All right, so they bring it back the same old team from the CV-19. All right, to handle this one. All right, and they're gonna do contact tracing. They're gonna, if you so-called get infected, they're gonna go to the next person that you in contact with, all your contacts, and they're gonna, try to go after them too. All right, and it's gonna be like the first one, man, just more deadly. So that's all I want to bring out within this article, man. There's more to it, but you can go back and read it for yourself as you see the title. Let me get a few precepts real quick. All right. The one I quoted earlier, 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get the advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. The physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan is Esau, Edom, starting with a top wicked elite banking families that rule the earth. Pursuant to Job 9:24, the earth have been given into the hand of the wicked. All right, and the wicked is controlled by Satan, which is ultimately controlled by the Most High. So everything that they do is in the will of the Most High. All right. So it's saying lest they should get an advantage of us, and that advantage goes into the upper hand. All right, which they're going to get over the masses of the people. All right, because the masses of the people are docile and ignorant. All right, they don't pay attention to shit. They sheeple, man. These American Babylonians, man, they gonna get what they deserve, man. All right, because they don't give a damn. They all focus. They got people so focused on self and self glorification, pleasing the flesh. All right, that they don't think about these things. It says, and if you get to speaking truth in this place, people look at you crazy, Anyway, it says, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, ignorant means not to know, and devices mean a wicked plot or plan. Okay, so we know the plan, man. The rest of the world, they ignorant of the plan. They don't know. All right, so therefore this is gonna happen to them in 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. All right, it says, but of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Write unto the hope of the elect. It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. All right, catch you sleeping. You see. Oh, and I forgot to mention about the plot. The device, the plot. We just read about the plot. All right, we just read about the plot, man. Another plandemic, man. All right. Anyway, verse 2, it says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night, catching you while you sleeping. All right, you supposed to be awake. What they call truthers. They woke. We're woke, or whatever. Okay, but us at the hope for the elect, man, we woke through the Spirit. All right. And we prophesying what's gonna take place, ultimately written in the scriptures, man. That's the ultimate understanding. It's prophecy. Verse 3, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. All right, same way it happened with the first one. Now that everything seemed to have died down, ain't no more mass mandates and all them restrictions that they had from the first demic. Now they're gonna bring it back. It's gonna catch people off guard, and you got a lot of people that's gonna be frustrated because they bringing it back, and that's why the leader of the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, said prepare for a more angry world. Okay, which they are prepared. They got their different FEMA zones and where they can take people at to force this on them. And as well, you got other things taking place too. Because they're gonna have like little C-hip stations to where you can take the MOT of the beast. Also in these FEMA regions, man. And they got martial law troops already here in America. They just sitting back waiting, man. Until chaos that they want to have ensue happen, and then they're gonna bring out the military on people, man. All right, it's called order out of chaos. Anyway, or the Hegelian dialectic. Verse 3 again, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right, like a woman that's pregnant, sitting around there laughing. Say she 9 months pregnant, having a good time just somewhere, not nowhere to water break, and now you got them contractions and all of that. You can't escape that. You got to get to the hospital, So that's what's going to happen to these people. It's going to be, Verse 4 says, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief. Ye are all children of the light and children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. And that darkness represents being ignorant, like we just read in 2 Corinthians. Okay, not knowing, being in the dark, being just caught up in the world, man. Just caught up in the games and the bread and circuses. Distracted, spiritually blind, man. It says, verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep as others do, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep in the night, sleep in the night, and they that are drunken are drunken in the night. Verse 8, but let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, for a helmet and the hope of salvation. Okay, so for us, man, we just gonna live by faith as all these things take place, man. We gonna be watching, be warning, and be moving in faith that we'll be able to withstand in the evil day. So that's our hope. So yeah, man, I'm just gonna close it out on that note. Until the next time I say shalom, and stay watching. Shalom.